Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the One Pot Wonder. Once again, we're here and we are being supported through the Napi Friendship Association straight through until hopefully March of next year. So a great big shout out to the support through our funding that's been offered to us. And we are jumping into class 4. We've had some amazing results over the last year, and we're feeling pretty blessed to be able to continue offering the program. It's been run since August of 2020, and we're moving into 22. So so we're really feeling good about this, and we're hoping you are as well. So before we get started, we have the same sponsors, same supports, which is the Pincher Creek Food Center, the Brockett Food Bank, who is offering to do demonstrations and help us get some cooked meals out, which is amazing. So if you'd like to see any of those videos, Jody at the food bank in Brockett is posting through their is it under Pekani?
Yeah, we can put the link in comment.
Yeah, we can put the link out for you so you can check out her video as well, which is really fun and great to see that that's happening too. So we have the Creekside Community Church, which continues to offer us the church, and we have the co-op, which is also partnered with us, and they help us every week to get our food orders and give us some great discounts. The food center here in Pincher Creek have been absolutely amazing with giving us lots of their donations and supporting our meals that we're doing. So, which kind of brings us into today's programming, because today we've been donated quite a few of our items, and we're gonna do a Hamburger Soup, and there's so many variations and ways you can do it, and it's kind of compiling and dump anything that you like into your soup, really. You can do it with fresh vegetables, canned products, or a combination of both. So in saying that, great big thank you to our volunteers and to Kimberly, who's behind the camera with me. And we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna meet you at the stove. We're gonna get the hamburger cooking, and then in your bags you're gonna have a few things. Where you have your potatoes and a mixed vegetable, frozen mixed vegetable, but oh no, we didn't put. I was going to say we put some extra cans of vegetables, but I don't think we did. So you'll have your frozen vegetables. Now you'll have some beans in your bag. Keep in mind this is a maple bean, but if you just wash off the sauce on your maple bean, it will go really nicely into your soup. We have some tomato soup to add a little extra flavor, some diced tomatoes, some garlic. If you have some rice, or if you have some additional carrots or celery, you could add that kind of stuff into it as well. You can add pretty much any kind of vegetable you like, really. We have the onions, and a couple cooking classes ago, you were given some Italian seasoning in a bag. So I have not sent Italian seasoning this time, but hopefully you have some left. And so we're gonna meet you at the stove, and we'll be right back. So we have some help here this morning, and I'm gonna turn the show over to.
So introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Glenn, and right now we're just browning. So we have the garlic and the ground beef and some onions, and we're just browning the ground beef right now.
And then what should we do after it's brown, do you think?
We put the potatoes in.
Well, I think what we might do before we even put potatoes in is we'll make sure to see how much fat's in there, because it's soup, so we want to try to take a little bit of the fat off. I don't think we're going to have a lot though, Glenn, because it's lean ground beef. but we'll check it out because you don't want your soup to have a film of fat on the top. So we will check that out, and once we've got that, then we'll add our potatoes, and we basically can just add it all in together and put our we're gonna add some water for the liquid, and then we have some beef bouillon that we'll add for flavoring. So we will get that prepared and bring everything over here so we can add it all in once it's browned, and we'll be back.
So right now we're just gonna pour all the water in, and you want your temp at around medium high when you put it in so the water will heat up.
Okay, and then per cup of water, you can use 1 cube of beef bouillon. We didn't do a beef broth today. We used the bouillon, which is the same. You just have a little extra step in using it. So we'll put our water in, and then we're gonna break up our bouillon cube into the meat. That's our next step, so we can go ahead. So we're adding 6 cups of water. And as it starts to cook, you may want to add a little extra water, and you can add in your fixins, yes. So we'll add our diced tomatoes. And then we're gonna add our tomato soup. You can just use this if you like to get it out. And here's one more you can add in. So like I was saying earlier, you can add pretty much any kind of vegetables you like. You can just, if you have leftovers, you can add that, or if you have canned vegetables, or if you have fresh vegetables, whichever you prefer. You can add rice in, as we talked about. So we're gonna add in about a half of this bag into your soup. And this is a mixed vegetable. That should be good. You bet. Oops. There you go. And you can add your potatoes. This is the beauty of this kind of soup, because it's basically just a dump.
Dump everything.
Yeah. And then we're gonna take these bouillon cubes and we're just gonna crush them up like this into pieces. And it will dissolve. Once your water starts to heat, it will dissolve into a liquid for flavoring. Now in your recipe, you're gonna notice that there is a request in there for Worcestershire sauce. Whew, I said that really fast, didn't I? I always say Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
So it does call for Worcestershire sauce, but I did not put any in your bag. If you have some, by all means, give it a try. It certainly adds a different twist on your flavoring. You could add salt and pepper to kind of to your own taste. One more, buddy. And then our next step after we're finished putting these cubes, breaking these cubes up.
Should we mix them in?
We will mix that in, you bet. And I'm just gonna get a And then we're gonna add some Italian seasoning in here. I'm just gonna rinse my hands off, Glenn.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna rinse my hands.
All right. Okay, you go rinse your hands and I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning. So with your Italian seasoning, I would start with no more than 2 tablespoons of your Italian seasoning to start. And then, well, maybe even just 1.5 to start. And then we're gonna just let things cook and see how it is. What other seasoning could you use?
We've been using a lot of smoked paprika at home.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It adds a lot of flavor.
It does. Adds a lot of flavor. And something else we use a lot of is a little bit of curry.
And cumin.
Yeah.
In hamburger soup?
Yeah. We've been putting it in everything.
A tad
Really?
bit of cumin is good too.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
He's been pretty creative in his cooking lately at home, so.
Nice. Do you pick your recipes?
My grandpa taught Mom and Grandpa taught me how to cook, and he's given me a little recipe book with a bunch of recipes.
Nice.
And I cooked cabbage noodles last week.
Oh, cabbage noodles.
Yeah, you dice up cabbage, and then you saute the cabbage, and you crisp up bacon, and then you dice up the bacon, and you put onions, and then you warm up the and then you cook noodles, and then put it all in, and then you put poppy seeds, sunflower seeds, and then you mix it and put sour cream.
Yum. And what nationality of food is that, do you
I
think?
have no idea.
Huh. Ukrainian?
I would say Ukrainian or German with the cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does a lot. You really like cooking with asparagus too.
Asparagus is good.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, well, we're gonna let this simmer and we're gonna do some cleanup and we'll be right back. Okay, so our creation is complete. I hope that you will enjoy your hamburger soup today. You can modify, like we were saying early, it's
Make it to your content.
yeah, to make it to whatever kind of your taste buds are. It's one of those soups that's very versatile and you can add or delete. The only thing I do recommend is if you're going to use your pork and beans in your soup, which is a pretty good way to do it. You could add your kidney beans or any kind of bean you like, but the ones that are in your bag, I do recommend that you just wash them off because they're a maple bean, and so otherwise your soup is going to be a little bit taste like maple. But so yeah, so I didn't mention to you, so next week is going to be our last class for this group, and which would be the 14th. Then the following week is the 21st, and that week you're hopefully that you all have signed up for the Christmas hampers, the community Christmas hampers, because that week you'll receive your Christmas bag. And then we're going to take a little bit of a break through the holidays, and I hope that everyone has a great holiday. So we're going to take a break, and then we're going to jump back in on January 4th to start into a new year. So I will give you that reminder again next week. So until then, take care of each other and yourself. Bye for now.